I'm going to call Iain-Lees Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. I have listened to the impassioned contributions that members have made this afternoon. I've watched members interject on one another with considerable passion. I've read the pages and pages of media articles on this issue of the purchase age. I've read the hundreds of emails that I have received on this issue, and I still stand this afternoon to speak in this debate without any enthusiasm for any of the options that we have before us this afternoon, Mr Chair, because this vote on the purchase age, once we have completed it today, at the end of the day, this afternoon, when we have voted, we will be no closer to dealing with alcohol-related harm than we were at the beginning of the day. So, because, Mr Chair, this aspect of the alcohol reform bill will have the least impact on alcohol-related harm. In fact, I expect that it will have almost no impact on alcohol-related harm. And so I've tried to figure out what the best approach is to this legislation, or to this option. Knowing that it's going to have very little effect, I'm tempted to vote for 18 because that's the status quo. I have listened to the concerns about the evidence that people have offered for raising it to 20. It is true that young people's brains are developing, and if we were going to work on that basis alone, maybe we should set the purchase age at 25, because that would be the appropriate age when young people's brains have fully developed. Now that's not going to happen. So whichever one of these options we choose is an arbitrary decision. Mr Chair, I have decided, though, that I am going to vote for the split age. Now, the reason I'm going to vote for the split age is not because I think that 18 and 19-year-olds are the source of the problem. I appreciate that problem drinking occurs at all different ages, and when the purchase age came down to 18 in 1999, I was 21 years old, and I supported the drop to 18 because I thought that it would be a good thing to get young people making their drinking legal, so that they would be purchasing on licences and to try and create a more positive drinking culture. But the unintended consequence has been that very young teenagers are more able to get their hands on alcohol because 18-year-olds who they interact with at school are able to supply that alcohol to those very young teenagers. And it is on that aspect alone that my first preference will be the split age, because I think we need to put a gap between people who are able to purchase alcohol and those very young teenagers who are drinking more and more. I'd like to address this question of the rural youngsters drinking. I don't think for an instant that this is going to stop 18 and 19-year-olds being able to get their hands on alcohol purchased by someone who is 20 or older and able to drink it outside of an off-licence. So I don't think that 18 and 19-year-old rural people are going to have any problem being able to drink at home or at somebody else's home supplied by someone who is 20 or older. My concern is about those very, very young teenagers and their ability to get their hands on alcohol. And I appreciate, Mr Chair, that the sources of alcohol for youngsters are many and varied, and that 18 and 19-year-olds are just one source of alcohol for those youngsters, and that this is by no means the silver bullet. There is no silver bullet in this alcohol reform legislation, but this issue is the weakest one, and it really has disappointed me that there has been so much passion, so much debate, so much energy that has gone into this issue You know, I'm aware that there are plans for tactical voting to ensure that one of the options gets through. I'm aware, I'm certainly aware of the very strong Keep It 18 lobby. Mr Chair, my hope and passion is that we see the same amount of effort go into the issues in the alcohol reform bill that will actually make a difference.
Calling Mike Sabin.
Thank you, Mr Chair. The debate this afternoon on